It's right at the east end of Borneo.
Margaret, I see you having to figure out which way is it.
That's why I was working out east and west.
Got Sabah at one end, then you've got the Kingdom of Brunei, then you've got Sarawak, and the west end of it is part of Indonesia.
Wow, okay. Lots of rainforests. And did you see an orangutan?
Aha. What, you mean like these? Got that?
Hold it closer. Amazing. Hold it up.
A little bit up.
Yes. Beautiful.
Did anyone else bring a picture, like of anywhere they've been, or have you got anything near you?
Yep.
That's cool. Oh, what's that? Do you want to tell us what that is, Val?
What's it called? A jar full of sand that I collected all on every beach around Australia.
Oh, wow.
But it's not very visible to you, is it? Maybe.
You can see the change in colour, definitely.
It's over 20 years old, so
Amazing.
it was in the days before the customs nowadays wouldn't let you do this, but this was 22 years ago. And I don't think there was the same. You see, there's the. Oh, it's hard to see because of the light. There's the.
How many beaches are in there, Val?
Oh, good few. I can't remember. It's a long time ago.
Where was that? Can you say it again, Val? Where did you get it from?
Australia.
Wow.
22 years ago. So long time.
Did you go Great Barrier Reef? I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
It wasn't sunny. It wasn't like the brochures.
Yeah, like the other day I went to Ladram Bay and it wasn't like the brochures. It's not quite the same. But,
Where's Ladram Bay?
it's just by near Exeter, really. Near
Where?
near Otterton. Do you know Otterton? Sort of.
Towards Budley Salterton.
Yeah, just a little bit on from Budley Salterton.
Oh.
I saw a big billboard on the M5 services saying "Come to Ladram Bay," and it was nice and sandy. And I went there, and it wasn't. So I don't know how they advertised the sandy beach when it was stony, but whatever. How about you, Brian? What was your favourite country there?
Can you hear us, Brian? Hello, Brian? Are you there?
Muted.
Brian is unmuted, but I don't know if...
He's far away from you.
He's not here.
Too far away, I guess.
Brian, can you knock your head if you hear us?
No, he can't.
Paper to say, Brian, can you hear us?
I think he's frozen.
I like that.
Yes, I think you're right, Kathleen.
Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't moved.
It might be internet connection.
Is that down there?
Really cool cat.
So you're here.
Oh. Someone says
Is it back to front?
we can't see Harry.
Sorry. It's going to be back to front like a mirror as well, isn't it?
You have to write on the, yeah.
How do you do that? I used to be able to do that as a kid.
Kathleen, what about you? Can you tell us a little bit about your favorite holidays or place in the world?
Well, it was really hard to like just choose one place, a favorite place, but I did choose New York City. I've been there several times, but the photographs I have were taken just before the 7/11 attack on the Twin Towers. And I took these photos. And I walked, that's me and my daughter walking over the Brooklyn Bridge, next to the towers in the background. And that's Brooklyn Bridge without us from underneath. And when you're actually sort of on a boat, you can go to Liberty Island and Ellis Island, the various islands, and that's the boat. But I think I chose those because it represents a certain time when it was all pre-terrorist and pre-COVID virus, and it was just a happier time. But New York is a really wonderful place to go to. I've been there several times. One time we did a transatlantic on the Queen Mary and went up under the Verrazano Narrows Bridge and sailed into New York and sailed past the Statue of Liberty, which is kind of special when you cross the Atlantic. But New York has so much to see and do. And one of my favorite times there, I was there for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's over 6 hours long, and it's a long story, but we ended up in St. Patrick's Cathedral, where all the dignitaries stand, and we were right next to the dignitaries, and saw all the Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Giuliani, you know, everybody who's famous, and it was just so cold. But it's a fun place, and you've got all the fun things, you know, like Times Square and lots of things to see and do. So I think I chose that one, but it's not my all-time favorite, but it's a favorite mainly because it represents a time. That's it.
I noticed, Catherine, you didn't have any pictures of yourself from there, or did I miss it?
You missed it. That's me and my daughter under the Twin Towers.
Okay.
Yes, I can see now. We've got Tasha and someone else joining us. Hello, guys.
Pat, can I ask a question, please?
Absolutely.
When was that you went to New York before the Twin Towers?
It was March of the 2001 when the towers were blown up in September, so 6 months before. But I've been there since, but that was just happened to take pictures with them in the background, which was kind of nice.
Hi, Brian. Welcome back.
You've got a problem with our Zoom.
We can hear you really well now.
I was going to...
a problem with the Zoom.
Yes, we thought that you weren't moving at all, so Kathleen came up with an idea that you did freeze, and I think she was right, that the video stopped.
Yeah, it's the, I don't know what it is.
Don't worry, but I'm glad you are with us. We were just talking, Kathleen she was just talking about her favorite place, and it's New York City. I don't know if you've heard that.
I've been there.
That's great.
I've been there.
So, anyone has any questions for Kathleen as well?
I was going to try something. Do you mind if I'm going to experiment a little bit? You guys can be my guinea pigs if that's okay.
Okay.
It's nothing dangerous, honest. I'm going to try and break it into little groups, which I think through Zoom. I don't know if anyone's done it before.
Yes.
Just go like 5 minutes and in like pairs, and we can just tell someone something about our favorite holiday that we had, because it's nice to do it in a small scale. So something should pop up on your screen that says, hold on, how many are we? We want 4. So original rooms.
Yes,
You said
just join. Let's say join, yes?
Yeah. Natasha, did you see the invite come up? Can you hear me, Tasha? Tasha? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Hello? Come out. Why don't you come out and come back in?
That was quite exciting, but very different is backpacking. Yeah, has anybody been backpacking? Yeah. I can only see you actually. Yes.
Who can you see? Who can you see, Dennis?
I can see Aggie now. I did do a moment, but I can see you.
You need to press, there should be a button that says like gallery view, and then you
Gallery.
like should be a set of little squares.
Wait a minute. I've got share content. More. No, I'm not getting that.
It should say gallery. Gallery?
It's on it's not on the bottom, it's on a
Trip at the top I've got.
on the top of the page, yes.
Mute. Stop video.
No,
No,
top.
no.
If you're on an iPad, it's on the top left-hand side. On
Left-hand side.
The left-hand side.
Well, that just says leave, and there's 2 symbols below.
Yeah. What are the
Yes.
One of the symbols.
Yes, switch
Symbol
to
below.
gallery view. I've got gallery view now.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got them on now. Yes, very good.
Well done.
Sorry.
Yes, Kathleen always helps me out. Don't you, Kathleen?
Well, we try.
Well done. I like the fact that you're helping each other in the meantime as well. That's really nice. So what is the weather over there right now, Glenys? What's the weather there, you think? What is the season there?
Where's this now?
Yeah.
Where the weather?
The place you just described.
The Yorkshire Dale.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely, I believe, at the moment. Yes, I'm well in contact with the north. I've lived there all my life, so, but not in North Yorkshire. I've lived in West Yorkshire, but we always went up very regularly up into North Yorkshire because we'd hoped to retire there. But that didn't happen, of course. So here I am down south. Yeah. Yes.
It's a long way away, Yorkshire. Yeah.
It is. I used to drive down here to my son's, but I've let my car go now.
And is the Yorkshire pudding from that place? Yorkshire pudding?
Yes, it is. Yes, Yorkshire pudding's from Yorkshire. And something called parkin. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the new thing?
Yorkshire parkin. It's got ginger in and syrups, black treacle. And it's very nice. It's very nice, yes. So we have some quite different ways to down here. And we don't say scones, we say scones up there. So we've got a slightly different language, yes. Yeah.
I learned a new Devon word recently.
Did you?
Yeah. Apparently, what was it? An apple drain.
Apple tree wick.
No, what?
Oh no, go on, carry on.
Apple
There's a
drain.
place called.
Like a drain, like in the floor, like where the water.
Oh right, yes.
And apparently, it's another word for a wasp.
For what?
For a wasp.
Worst.
Oh right.
A wasp.
A
Like a
wasp?
bee. Yeah, like like. Zzz,
Wasp.
yeah, wasp.
I like that. So is it like apple drain?
Yeah, apple drain. Yeah.
Oh, don't
I've
know
heard
that.
that one, Harry.
No,
I read it in a book. Apparently, it's an old Devon word. I don't know.
Oh right, yes. Yeah.
Sounds cool. It sounds like what it does, doesn't it? You see wasps all the time in the orchards and that. Like, I guess. Drunk on.
This is
apples.
interesting, Harry. And actually, this reminds me another story because English is my second language, as you know. So sometimes I'm really surprised by English words, and I don't really know why they are like that. Like butterfly, it's a butterfly. Why is butter? Fly. The butter, you mean the spread? Butterfly, but butterfly, it's one word for the insect. The beautiful, colorful insect. But it's made out of butter, which is like so heavy fat, and fly. Oh,
Val has an answer. I think you had your hand up, Val. What was?
I was just thinking there's a butterfly called the yellow brimstone who is sulphur yellow, the male, and looks a bit like butter, the colour. So whether that has anything to do with the original.
Maybe.
That's true. Maybe that was the first.
Yeah. I thought it was from that it fluttered by, and then they just changed it around from flutterby to butterfly.
Maybe, like. And okay, guys, what about the powder ham? The name of the village? Ham made out of the powder?
No, Hamlet, small village.
Yeah.
Hamlet. Aggie, Hamlet. Like, have you heard the word Hamlet?
Hamlet, yes.
Small village.
Yeah. So it means small village. So it would have been powder Hamlet, and they've just lost.
So ham is the shorter of Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Yeah.
But why powder?
Perhaps gunpowder. Perhaps they used to make gunpowder.
Oh. That's interesting, but you see, sometimes I'm very confused with things like that. Okay, anyway, let's come back to the subject of places. Who else would like to share?
Go, Maggie, you go. You go.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really sort of thought about maybe let's give.
Can I share? I share.
Yeah, please.
My favorite country is Turkey. I think I like it as a. Has anyone been to Turkey?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
So I think you've got the beaches in the south and the east, but I was lucky enough to go. I travelled a bit to the east, further east, so into like the more sort of thing, and I don't know. I was like, I think it's just one of those ones. I was very young. I was like 20 or something, maybe a bit younger, and I was very British, if you know what I mean, like very polite and very like high, awkward, like British young guy. And everyone there was so, because in their culture, it's very much like if you're a guest, you're treated very well. Like if you're, it's like hospitality, you know? So I went there and everyone was like, sit down, eat my food, eat my sandwich, eat my, like, you know, oh, don't worry, let me show you the way to the next place or whatever. And everyone was just very, I'm sure it's Maggie, this is just like, yes, British people, why don't they share food?
That's what I've noticed as well sometimes.
For me, it was
Did you
the
go
first
to
time.
Istanbul, Harry?
I went to Istanbul as well,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing. It's just amazing place. So,
Beautiful, beautiful. Blue Mosque.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. One of these places, it just blew my mind. You know what I mean? I didn't have expectations. It just blew my mind. Yeah.
That's the best way to be when you go somewhere, isn't it? Because you get surprised.
So,
Harry,
yeah.
have you been back since?
Yeah, a couple of times. But just to Istanbul, really. I haven't been anywhere else. I would love to go and travel again, but we'll see if it happens. It's a bit of a troubled country these days, actually. It's not as.
Someone's knocking. I thought someone's knocking to our Zoom meeting.
Have you been, Val?
Please come in. Please come in. Alan, you've been quiet. Do you have any favorite place?
I've got a couple more photos, if you like, of my trips. There was that one, that's in Borneo again.
A little bit upper.
It's Borneo,
yeah.
Pygmy elephant. Up we saw that we went round a bend in the river, and there was a load of them down there feeding. So really lucky to catch a. And when I went to Ecuador, I went up Mount Chimborazo, which is the closest place you can get to the sun on the planet. There's a picture of me up Mount Chimborazo.
Lovely.
But they drive you up to the first refuge, which is 4,800 meters high up the mountain, and then you walk up to the second refuge, which is 5,000 meters, and that's just outside the second refuge. But the air is so thin there that it takes you a good half hour, 3/4 of an hour to walk that far, because you're just gasping in air all the time. and it really puts you off because you've got all the kids from the local villages comes past going up the mountains on their mountain bikes. But the snow line there as well, where I'm stood, I should be able to stand there. That should be about 45 foot of snow. So it's just all gone back because all the climate change. That's just taking the slow snow line is going back up and up the mountain all the time. So there's a couple more.
What part of Ecuador? Sorry. What part of Ecuador is that, Alan?
Chimborazo, it's let's see, I'll start looking at Quito. It's kind of, I think it's on its way up to towards the Amazon basin. It's also into the Amazon basin.
Yeah.
And that's the place I stayed. That's my little hut in the Amazon basin.
Oh, it's like a castle. Can you put it a little bit up, Alan? A little bit yeah? Oh, yeah, okay, I see. It has, the roof is from hay? No, it's not. Is it from hay?
It's some sort of thatch stuff that they've got there, yeah. And I was on a tour going, well, a few times I did a tour and went all around there, and we ended up down in a place called Guayaquil, which is where you fly over to the Galapagos from. I didn't get to the Galapagos, but in Guayaquil, right outside the cathedral, they got this park, and it's iguanas, and there's sort of iguanas and pigeons all messing in together. It's really good. I really recommend Ecuador. Lovely place.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay.
How many have you been there once, or have you come?
Just the one to Ecuador, yeah. I've done quite a bit. About 23 countries I've been to, I think.
Oh, amazing. Would you like to come back there sometimes?
What's that?
Would you like to visit it again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Always different bits there to see. You know, one thing that did happen when I was out there, I was staying in a town called Baños, which is, I think, Spanish for bath, and there's a volcano up behind it. But we ended up getting evacuated because the volcano erupted.
Oh, wow.
That was interesting.
Oh, we've lost someone.
Mhm.
Thank you, Alan, for sharing this with us.
Sasha, I think.
That's really interesting. Anyone else who haven't or who has already? Anyone else would like to share your favorite place with us? Natasha, Tasha.
Hello, I'm back. Hello. Sorry, I haven't come to the sound. I'm here now. It's taken me a long time to get to you. Sorry I'm late. I did text you.
Oh, have you?
I can get in. I don't know if I can get in today, but I'm here. Good.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just turn you the right way up. Upside down. That's better. No. Upside down. Okay, that's it. There we go. Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, but the only place I can find is my lovely honeymoon in Mexico back in 2007. Absolutely fantastic, very, very inclusive, 5-star plus luxury. So much luxury because it's in America, but it's in the bedroom. There was a really, really, really big jacuzzi. It filled the whole room. And I said to my husband, I better buy some shampoo for the chlorine, you know, because my hair was for chlorine because that's not good for your hair. So I got in this jacuzzi, and of course it had chlorine in it. And my husband laughed. So I taken all this chlorine shampoo to prevent it, but it had chlorine in it anyway. But it was a massive room. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. Big 4-poster bed and a massive. The dressing room was like something out of a showroom, like America showroom, and beautiful big walk-in shower. And it was absolutely fantastic. We had 2 weeks there. We had a thunderstorm. It was in September 2017. I got married in September. And we went away a week after I got married. And because obviously that's thunderstorm season in Mexico. It was only thunderstorm for 2 days. But these are the photos. So this is the beach. Can you see, everyone?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, excellent.
And then this is round the complex. So it's so big, the complex. You can walk around it, but you need them like golfing cars to take you around different restaurants. So there was 20 different restaurants there. There was Thai, there was Italian, there was Chinese. Fantastic. Had 2 weeks there. Lovely. The weather was really, really hot. And I fulfilled my dream of swimming. Me and my husband fulfilled our dreams of swimming with the dolphins. And that's what we did. We swam in the dolphins. I have got the pictures. I had a video made of us swimming with dolphins, and that was just absolutely incredible. A bit scary because all of a sudden you're in the water and they come and lift you up, and you know, up you go. Bit of a shock. But that was lovely. With some of the manatees as well. The manatees are all slimy. You know, the manatees they're all slimy. But it was absolutely fantastic. We really enjoyed it. That's one of my favourite holidays. But also, my other favourite holiday, which I haven't got pictures, is Italy. Italian lakes. Lake Como. Has anyone been?
Yes.
We have. It's beautiful. Because we used to live in Colchester. We've only lived in Italy for 4 years. And we came from Colchester. So we got a coach from Colchester, Essex. Went through France overnight, got the boat to Calais, and we stayed in this hotel overnight, and then we travelled through Switzerland, and we stopped at Switzerland. It was amazing, absolutely incredible. And the hotel we stayed in Italy was all gold, and it's all looking over the lake. It was fabulous. So that's my second favourite holiday.
There's a lovely place in Como, Bellagio. Did you go there?
Yes, we did. Because we left the boat from our hotel over to Bellagio. Bellagio was over the river from our hotel, which was absolutely amazing. That's where James Bond was filmed, wasn't it?
Oh, is it? Yes. It's very beautiful. Yes.
Beautiful, very stunning. I think we had a meal over there. It was so lovely. Very expensive, but very nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it. I'd like to go again. Not there, but I'd like to go to Sorrento and Rome and places like that.
Yeah, do go. Yes, go to the but booking before you go out to see the Sistine Chapel. Pre-book.
Oh, wow. I'll try that.
Have to do with most things in Italy.
Yes.
Yeah. I've always wanted to see the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, and unfortunately I hadn't booked the day before, and by the time I could get to it, the queue was so long, and I've wanted always since I was a young person to go. Yeah, so that was rather disappointing. Yeah, but I did go to see Michelangelo's sculptures, so that was
lovely.
Not too bad. It was lovely, yeah.
I've just got to go, folks. So it's really nice seeing everybody and hearing your stories. See you next week, or maybe week after or something.
Thank you, Harry.
Bye-bye, Harry.
Thanks for helping me out with this today with technology and stuff. So I think we have also Brian. Brian, have you got some stories for us to share about your favorite place?
I haven't got any favourite place really. Me and my wife, we don't go away very often.
Molly, come here.
Since we were married, I went into the Republic of Ireland, and that called my name every day there. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I've just muted Tasha because I could hear her dogs. So we just muted you so we can hear you better, Brian.
Anyway, as I said, when I was younger, we used to go away, but I went to America. That was in 1980, and I had 4 weeks there, and I sort of went to New York, Washington. I stayed with some friends who had a motel in a place called Mount Dora, which was about 40 miles north of Orlando. And then I went to Los Angeles, stayed with my mate and his wife, and we went and stayed with them. And all in all, that was a good holiday. But being on your own to go, it gets a bit. I was 1980. That was 40 years ago. I was 32 then, and it was a bit. Some days I didn't know what to do with myself, where to go. But it wasn't as though you were with a group of people. But I enjoyed it. It was good. Other than that, I suppose I haven't been very far really. Most of the time now, me and my wife just goes round England, different places, Wales and that, and stopping at different places. Anywhere that's got National Trust houses, which I haven't seen, then we'll go there and spend some time. We usually go in a cottage. We have these cottages for you, and we found one which we've been back to. Whether we go back to it again, I don't know. But it was just inside Wales, a place called Prestine. It was about 3 miles inside the Welsh border. And we went there twice. The second time was very, well, we had a bit of an accident. And we had a pheasant decided it was going to pay us a visit. It hit the windscreen, and then it broke through the windscreen and came in bits into the car all over the place. There was feathers, blood. What's happening? I keep losing it. Can you hear me?
No.
Hello?
Yeah.
Aggie,
Yeah,
Aggie.
I've noticed. I was asking question with being muted. So you said that someone broke into the cottage, but everything went okay after that. Were you safe?
No, we went to Powys Castle for the day. That was a nice day out. On the way back, we were driving along this road, and it was the fastest road, and we had just come down this hill and was straightening back up when a pheasant decided to hit the windscreen of the car, and it came in through the windscreen. All that we had was was broken glass all over us, and it was feathers, blood and gore was everywhere, and that ended the holiday. But the people we stayed at in a place called Prestine, which was just inside Wales, it was it was really lovely place. When you went out onto the veranda of this cottage, it was a wooden cabin type cottage, very nice. It was on a farm. And when you went out and onto the veranda, you could see the Black Mountains on one side,
Gorgeous.
and in front of you there was another great big hill as well. And then the other way, you looked out and there was another hill, and it was good, But as I say, the Black Mountains to our left as we were stood on the veranda.
Lovely.
And that was quite nice. But there again, we had quite a bit of rain the first time we went. The second time, sunshine every day. It was beautiful. And we went to different places in Wales, basically to go and see different things. And yeah, it was quite a good holiday in the end. But
Lovely. Thank you very much, Brian. It's really nice to hear.
it said having the RAC having to bring us back home. Put the car on the back of a wagon and took us home.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely, yes. Anyone else? Because we've got just few minutes before we finish. Does anyone have any questions or would like to add up to this topic? Valerie.
Brian has made me homesick talking about Wales.
Oh.
I've lived there for the last 22 years and I've moved 8 months ago from the Brecon Beacons. So the Black Mountains were all on my doorstep, so I miss them very much. Very beautiful country, and when the sun shines, it's like paradise.
It is.
But when it rains, not so good.
No, it's crap.
Have you in Wales? Do you have lots of what? Oh my God! What is the name of this insect which bites you and suck out the blood?
Mosquitoes.
Midges.
Yes. Yes.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Scotland.
No, not Wales.
Not Wales.
Scotland.
Okay, so maybe I can go.
Yeah.
What about those insects which make malaria? What is their name?
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. Do you have mosquitoes there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Shame. They really like my blood. So that's why I moved from Poland to England, We've got plenty in Poland.
Ah.
Yes.
There's plenty in Australia. Australia, mozzies, they call them. The mozzies. And everyone goes like that all the time. To keep the mozzies away. All the time, like that.
Oh, I don't like this. No, it's not. Yeah. Wow, it's been a really lovely session today, and I really enjoyed sharing, listening your experiences of holidays, favorite places. So I think we should do something like that more often. Like Valerie, last week you said we could do favorite holidays, destinations, favorite places, and then you also said maybe gardening, something.
Love of nature.
A love of nature.
Yeah.
So shall we do this next week? Like how we can name it? Help me out, guys, because I need to send an email with this topic, and I need your help.
Sorry. What was wrong with love of nature?
Love of nature. Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry. I just
Oh,
had
yeah, that's
love of
lovely.
nature. Okay, so for this topic, we can we bring something as well? What do you think? Can we share or talk about favorite? So we all have some tasks to do. So maybe we can bring a favorite. Well, I don't want to encourage you to pick up plants and bring them because it's wrong. They need to live. They need to have a life, be alive. But maybe we can talk about our favorite nature, plants,
A picture.
or picture, or a book of it, if we have a book. Do you, like, if someone has like a dry piece of flower in between the, I don't know, books, pages of book, that's what my...
dry flowers.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe we can share that. My grandma has plenty of this. Oh, Valerie has some plants.
A mini tree.
Oh, lovely.
A beach tree. A beach tree. It's a Welsh beech tree.
Lovely. So, okay, I think we all have now some ideas and some nice... I know what I will bring. I will bring my 2 tomatoes I've started planting.
Well done.
Maybe you can help me with them because they very big with some flowers, but I'm not sure if the bee is connected to flowers yet and if they pollen them. Maybe I will have to do it myself.
Are they outside?
Yes.
They should be
Be all
right.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so love of nature is for the next week. And before we say goodbye, as we always do, except last week, I would like to ask you, each of you, what you've had for breakfast. Margaret, what did you have for breakfast?
I had a banana and a tangerine.
Thank you. Kathleen, can you please unmute yourself and tell us what you have? Oh, I already know, it's a crumpet. Maybe I'm wrong.
You guessed right.
Oh, wow, such a great guess. And Glenn, yeah, and with the marmite?
Absolutely.
Well, let me guess, Kathleen, is it your favorite breakfast?
No, it's just I have every morning. And I have a giant tub of marmite, not the little jars, big jar.
Okay.
Lovely.
Glennis, what did you have for breakfast?
Well, I usually have the porridge with blueberries, sometimes with banana. But this morning I had a change. I had Weetabix, 2 Weetabix with plenty of blueberries on. I love my blueberries.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. It's supposed to be good for your eyes, but I'm still have to put my glasses on.
Thank you. Val, what did you have for breakfast?
I'm like Kat, I have the same every day. Cornflakes, like blueberries and grapes on top. I like blueberries too.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we all like blueberries.
Yes. Do they grow wild in, I think they do in Wales, don't they?
They do. I used to pick
Yes.
them up on mountains.
I've seen them in Wales, yes, yes.
Bilberry.
Bilberries, that's right. That's what we had on our moors in Yorkshire, you know. So we just used to go and pick them and have them with our breakfast and make pies with them. Love them. Yeah.
Me too.
Nice.
But have to buy them now. Yeah.
Brian, what about you? What did you have for breakfast?
Porridge.
I think we had porridge before for breakfast too.
I have porridge every day. I have to cook it. I cook it for me and my wife. We have it every day, porridge. And we have a mix mixed fruit put on top of it. She chops it up and puts it into the fridge, ready just to dish up and put onto the porridge. Quite good.
Nice.
We have it every morning, only because I'm too lazy to cook anything else.
Porridge is quite. I think porridge is nice option for breakfast as well. Tasha, what about you? What did you have for
I
breakfast?
was a bit naughty this morning. I had bacon sandwich. Bacon
Oh,
sandwich.
lovely.
Very
Naughty.
naughty. Yeah. I'm not going to be here next week because I'm back to work tomorrow after 10 weeks after shielding. So I'm working next Tuesday. So I work every other Tuesday. I only do part time. So I'm a bit scared of going back. So I only do 3 days a week. So I won't be next Tuesday, but I'll be around the Tuesday after.
Thank you, and we wish you all good luck for coming back to work. And
thank you very much.
everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry, and I'm sure you know it's gonna be okay. And
Yeah.
good luck.
Getting back into the routine again, isn't it? And
Yeah. Thanks, Dasha.
Thank you.
Yes, but I hope you can join us every other Tuesday, or if you have time on Tuesdays, I hope you can still join us. Or if not, you can catch up on these meetings because I always send a link to this, so you can watch us.
Yeah, brilliant.
Alan, what about you? What you had for breakfast?
Oh, I had muesli with some raspberries.
Nice. Lovely.
Yeah.
I've had a crumpet because
Yeah.
Kathleen made me love them now.
Yeah.
I actually
No
really like them.
Marmite. No Marmite.
No, I haven't. I need to try because I haven't. I have tried Marmite once. It was like maybe 10 years ago, just at the beginning of my journey of my story being in England.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I liked it or not, but perhaps I wasn't really keen to it if I'm not continuing eating it, but I need to give it a go again.
Yeah. Not for everybody.
Yes, but maybe sometimes in the following weeks we can talk about favorite food we have, or maybe the strangest food we've ever eaten.
Yeah.
Like, have you eaten eyeballs or something?
No.
Just a thought. Thank you so much, guys. So we now know we've got love for nature for the next week. And I hope I will see you next Tuesday. In the meantime, I hope you have a lovely week. Enjoy the sun, the weather, because apparently the weekend is not going to be as hot as it is right now.
Yeah.
And if you know any other people who you think would like to join, tell them about us. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
And yes, cheerio, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.